Welcome to the Whitney Museum of American Art right here in New York City. Rising at the edge of the Meatpacking District, just beside the start of the High Line, this museum is more than just a building. It's a living showcase of modern American creativity. The Whitney is not only about paintings on walls, it's about the voices, ideas, and experiments that shape the story of American art. If you're walking down Gansevoort Street, the Whitney greets you with its bold, industrial design. The building, designed by Italian architect Renzo Piano, opened in 2015. It sits like a ship docked at the Hudson River, with angled steel, glass walls, and terraces that seem to spill outward. The location itself is intentional, placing contemporary art in the middle of one of New York's most vibrant neighborhoods, right where history, nightlife, and culture collide. The Whitney story, however, goes back much further. It was founded in 1930 by Gertrude Vanderbilt Whitney, a sculptor and art patron. At that time, American artists were struggling for recognition. European art dominated the museums, while American painters and sculptors were often overlooked. Gertrude Whitney saw this gap and decided to change it. She began collecting and supporting living American artists, giving them not just money, but also visibility. What started as her personal collection grew into a museum that today holds more than 25,000 works, spanning the 20th and 21st centuries. Step inside, and one of the first things that strikes you is the openness. The galleries are designed to be flexible. Walls can move, spaces can expand, and artists are free to shape their exhibitions without being boxed in. The Whitney has 8 floors connected by a glass-walled elevator that has become almost as iconic as the art itself. Riding it is an experience. You rise slowly, watching the city unfold outside, while people inside share that mix of anticipation and wonder before stepping into a new floor of discoveries. But perhaps the most unique feature is the series of outdoor terraces. From these terraces, you can move from one floor to another outside, walking along platforms that give you views of the Hudson River, downtown Manhattan, and the High Line. Few museums in the world encourage you to wander between art and skyline this way. The terraces make the museum feel both intimate and infinite, like art is never separated from the city itself. So, what will you find here? The Whitney's collection is devoted to American art from the 20th century to today. It's the place to see works by Edward Hopper, whose paintings capture quiet, cinematic scenes of American life. You'll find the bold abstract canvases of Georgia O'Keeffe, the action-filled strokes of Jackson Pollock, the stark photographs of Walker Evans, and the pop art brilliance of Andy Warhol. The museum is also famous for the Whitney Biennial, an exhibition held every 2 years that surveys the state of contemporary American art. For emerging artists, being selected is a career milestone. For visitors, it's a chance to see the cutting edge. sometimes challenging, sometimes controversial, but always thought-provoking. What sets the Whitney apart is its focus on living artists. While many museums mainly look back, the Whitney keeps its gaze on what's happening right now. It asks, what are American artists saying about our world today? Here are a few fun and surprising facts about the Whitney. The museum's first home was actually in Gertrude Whitney's studio in Greenwich Village. When it opened its current building in 2015, over 300,000 people visited in the first few months. The outdoor staircases are not just shortcuts. They were designed so that people could flow between indoor art and outdoor city views, blending the two experiences. The top floor terrace gives you one of the best free skyline views in Manhattan, a little-known secret even among New Yorkers. And despite its serious art reputation, the Whitney has a playful side. You'll often find interactive works that invite you to join in, not just observe. In many ways, the Whitney Museum is a mirror of America itself, diverse, restless, experimental, sometimes contradictory, but always alive with ideas. It's a place where art isn't locked away in the past. It's happening in real time, in dialogue with the city around it. So whether you're taking in a Hopper painting, catching your reflection in a Warhol, riding the glass elevator, or simply standing on a terrace watching the Hudson River flow, the Whitney reminds us that art is not separate from life. It is life, seen with fresh eyes. That is the story of the Whitney Museum of American Art, a museum that celebrates not only what American artists have created, but what they are still creating today.